Welcome back to another episode of the You're Not Serious podcast. Thanks for all your support, guys. Ooh, my glasses.
It's okay.
I feel like a superhero when they take their mask off. Yeah, and then you guys have seen my identity. You have discovered me. Oh, man. All right. Thanks for your support, though, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
Cool.
You know who we are.
Yeah. All right. So, tipping. How do you like? All right, let's get to it. How do you feel about tipping?
It depends. Like, if you have it, I think you should tip. If you don't have it, you shouldn't have to. You don't have to tip. I seen this video of this lady. I think a family was at a restaurant. I don't want to specify what it is. I kind of forgot too what it is too. But anyways, she got mad because they only gave her a $5 tip, like for a full party. And I'm like, they're not required to tip you. Like, would I do it? Would me and my family move a little bit differently? Yeah, we probably would have tipped more, but if they don't have it, they don't have it.
Yeah. So with me, tipping is like a two-way street thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you go places where people rely on tips, that's when you should tip. Like when you go out and, like, let's say,
Go to a bar.
Yeah, like if you go to a bar or if you go to a country where their main source of income is tourism, then I kind of feel like, you should tip because this is how they make their living, without us or without this.
They were in the U.S.
No. I'm giving my opinion on when.
I'm sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
I know. So I'm saying, like I said, when you go places that people require tips to live, that's where you should or feel obligated to tip. Like in places where, tourism is their main export, tip them. Hell, damn, man, you just kind of threw off my whole shit.
I'm sorry. They were in America, though.
I know, but like my idea, I address.
I'm sorry.
All right, yeah. Damn.
Well, I'll just say this. You write about like if they're relying on tips like tourism in other countries, and like if you go to like a bar or something, or, I think that tipping is appropriate, and I feel like people should be prepared to tip because that is what they're working for, and it's kind of fucked up not to. But if you're at a restaurant and like if you're at a restaurant, let's just say you're on a date or something, and they're expecting a tip out of you in America, they're sick.
Yeah. In America, you're sick. Well, all right. Yeah. So in America, it also kind of depends on where you're at, because I know somebody very close to me who were their job, they were making something like $7.25 an hour or like something really low, but that's like what their minimum wage was in their state. And so for them to actually, survive, you have to, hey man, like please tip so I could eat, please tip. Cause once you pay the rent off $7.25, you're done, bro. Like that's spent. So, and then like, so I'll say some places like, well, actually, and it also does depend on the service too. Like, because to me, all that percentage of the bill shit is crazy. Like when people say, oh, tip a percentage of the bill, it's like, nigga, you did the same work as somebody at Applebee's. It's just the fact that I'm here at an upscale restaurant. You're expecting more money. Like, relax, nigga. Relax. And I kind of feel like some people that ask for tips don't really deserve them. Like people who do, mm, I don't want to say niggas at, I don't want to say niggas like at fast food restaurants and stuff don't deserve tips.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to say people that will do shit at, like, for example, if you ask a nigga, do you got this in the back at Target,
Mm-hmm.
and he go to the back and get it for you,
Mm-hmm.
he just did a service for you. He not getting a tip. You gonna tell him that's his job.
Yeah.
You gonna tell him that's your job. Go in the back and get it from store. That's your job.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, the person at Starbucks that just took the order, you're gonna give them a tip because you just bought a drink or you bought something that, like, I don't know. But I don't want to open up the door to say, hey, just tip everybody, like tip. But like, I don't know. It's pretty weird. Just get paid a livable wage, man. I don't know. Just pay everybody enough to live.
Yeah, and going back to when you said if they deserve it or not, I feel like a lot of these people who be expecting the tips do the worst jobs. They have the worst service ever. It's usually the ones with the best service that don't even expect it. They're just nice people and they just wanted to genuinely do you a favor. Like, it's not that they love their job. They just care enough about people and they know, like, if they were in our position, they would want good service.
Yes and no to that as well. Because, like, damn, if you talk about it, then you automatically get lumped into, well, you must have been expecting a tip then, nigga. Like, you can't even really talk about it without seeming like you're expecting a tip. So, like, when you do, like, Lyft and Uber, a lot of times people don't get tips when they do Lyft and Uber. Like, more times than not, you're not getting a tip. One sec. But everybody in the comments gonna say they tip 100% of the time. But I'm sorry, I'm hogging. Like,
no, it's okay. I think for the Uber and Lyft situations, a lot of people might not tip because the rides are already, like, expensive. So it's just like they already paying $30-$40 for this ride. I'm not giving an extra $5 for a tip. I barely was able to make it here and back. I still got to get back from work. I have to commute all the way from here all the way to Sacramento. Like, no, I don't have money for a tip.
So let me tell you guys something.
They're riding an Uber already. It's not like they have I'm not going to say they don't have a car, but a lot of people who, ride Ubers and stuff, they probably don't have a car. They probably can't afford a car, and they're trying to just make a way and make it to work and back. They're not in a position to tip.
So when you say Ubers and stuff are $40, they don't have enough money to tip. A lot of time, well, not even a lot of times, that money doesn't really go to the driver. The driver's only, if you paid $40, that driver's probably gonna get like $8, $9. I shit you not.
But a lot of people don't know that. They just think that, sometimes they do think that the driver is getting all the money actually, but even still, they are still giving away this amount of money. So whoever it's going to, it's like, I just spent this. I'm already spending hella money traveling every day just to get to where I need to be. I'm not in a position to tip.
You're right. Because I was going to say, well, if you spent 40, what's tipping them 42, 43? But then you could say the same thing about Starbucks. You spent 10, what's 11, 12? If you spent, it literally defeats my whole argument. So, yeah, it makes sense.
That could have been a snack that they had. Those extra couple dollars could have been towards a snack that they need during the day because they can't eat until they get back home because they don't have enough money to really go and buy some shit.
You're right. And maybe the problem is Lyft is just taking too much of the cut. Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah. If you paying $40 and the driver is getting only like $8,
that's like
crazy
theft.
Yeah.
But then it kind of creates this divide between the drivers and the riders, because the riders are thinking, oh, they're killing it. I just paid this. I just paid that. And then the drivers are like, damn, bruh, they not tipping me. They not doing this. Oh, it's, but in reality, it's just the CEOs and the corporation. Like, why is the Lyft fee so much? Like, why is the platform fee so much?
Exactly.
Like, y'all, it don't take that much to run the platform. And then when we call support, nothing even happens.
Yeah. I'm like, they should only be, I know that every company gets their percentage of whatever you're doing for them. But I don't think that any company should be taking more than like 20% of the money that you earn. You're doing all the work, all the driving. Some people sit in a car for hella hours in a day and do this every day as a full-time job and still don't make anything. And so it's just like, I don't think that they should be taking like more than 20%.
I don't think they should be taking that either, but
yeah,
they want to run around and say, oh, well, it's the cost of operating the platform. It's like, no, it's just you want to be you just want to be super duper rich.
Yeah.
And that's,
it's not fine.
It's not.
It's
I was
not
going to
fine.
say it's fine, but
this
it's
is
not.
why people are in poverty right now, because people
late stage capitalism.
Yeah, greed. I'm just like, we was just talking about this the other day. I don't think people should make over $100 million. Nobody should be a billionaire.
I don't think there should be any billionaires either.
I don't think,
because you can't. There's no real ethical way to become like a billionaire. Oh, you only become billionaire off the suffering of other people, unless you're super duper duper lucky.
Yeah.
Unless you're like
super lucky.
Yeah,
and just
super
so
lucky. Like
$1 billion.
Yeah, well, yeah, and there are very, 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 very few of them. So don't come on here in the comments and say, I can do that. Well, no, he made $1 billion. Him and they did it. You're right. A few people out of the billions of people on Earth did it. It's not like it. There's statistical anomalies, bro. Like,
yeah, there should definitely be a limit on how much money a person can have, because more people would have stuff.
So there's a there's so I get what you're saying. I just kind of feel like there should be no billionaires. I feel like once you get to $1 billion, you should just get like a card that says you won life. Like I can just go buy whatever I want.
Yeah, you can do anything.
But the rest of your money should just go to other stuff, because
they should.
But then they're gonna come on here and say I'm a communist or a socialist. Now they're gonna be like, oh, he's a communist.
No, but what I'm saying is there should definitely be a limit on how much you're making, because it's you causing everybody else to be beyond poor. This is like beyond poverty.
Yeah,
people are like literally suffering because you want to be greedy and a billionaire and not help anybody.
That's one of the problems. Another one of the problems is we just send our money everywhere else.
Ooh, yeah, that's true too.
Like we just send billions of dollars everywhere else,
and instead of helping.
And I'm not mad at this expense. We fund the military super duper crazy. Keep that bill. I ain't gonna lie, keep that bill. But stop sending money everywhere else.
Yeah, that don't. We need it before them.
Come on now, bruh. Like you can do so much with what you're with what you're sending to Ukraine. Ooh, I said the I word. We gotta bleep that out.
That's fine.
Yeah, we. No.
Yeah.
But without if we didn't do that, even before that, we were sending money to a bunch of places, and it's just for what? Not for what? I get it, humanitarian aid and stuff, but nigga, we got humanitarian crisis here on the homeland. Yeah, I just feel like billionaires, they're a part of the problem, but they're not the entire problem. They're a cool portion of the pie, but they're not the real problem. The real problem is the government. Dun, dun. Nah, billionaires are the problem. Corporate greed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Corporate greed.
Yeah. Yeah, because the money that they do make, they don't even.
It just stays with them.
Yeah.
And then it goes into offshore accounts and then
Mm-hmm.
just disappears into the abyss and then we never see it again.
Yeah.
And then they got to print more money to help everybody else. And then everybody else is just spending it with them. And then they have more money.
Yeah.
And then they have more and more and more. And then they're like, oh, we printed all this money. Why don't y'all have some? Because they got it all. Damn, like they got it all.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no reason like the top 1,000, the richest 1,000 people in America have more money than the other people combined.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous amount of money going to nothing.
It's like an unfathomable amount of money. Like you will never spend that.
Never.
Actually, all right. If you had, you for sure could. You for sure could spend it, but it's hard to spend you
would have just forced yourself to.
Yeah, like it's hard to spend like $15 billion. People gonna say you can buy a sports team. Yeah, but y'all know what I mean. Like
that's just gonna regenerate more money.
Yeah, it's gonna make you even richer over time. So it's like, did you really spend the money or did you invest it?
Yeah,
you invested the money. It's hard to really spend $1 billion or like $10 billion.
Yeah,
you're gonna be making money on accident.
Yeah,
it's like how could you?
Yeah.
What would you do? How could you do that?
Spend $1 billion?
Yeah, let's start off with there. $1 billion. $1 billion is. I feel like you could spend $1 billion. I feel like you could do that. I feel like you couldn't spend $10 billion.
Oh, you feel like you could spend one single $1 billion?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna just disagree with you right here because a lot of the things you would spend your money on
would make you money.
Would make you money. So, it's like if you bought a super yacht. You could just literally have a super yacht and people will come on in and...
No, that's how you could spend it because you could have a super yacht and then just never do nothing. Yep, but 10 super yachts.
But who buys a super yacht?
Yeah, 10 super yachts.
Who buys a super yacht and not do anything like with it?
I don't know. You just defeated the challenge right there. You won. Good job.
I mean, you could buy like a submarine too.
You could.
Maybe.
Actually, yeah, you could spend it. Maybe I'm just not thinking big enough. I'm thinking too small. Like
yeah, maybe. I guess I'm gonna agree with you because at first I'm just like that would be hard because you would just regenerate money like on accident, like you said.
Yeah, but if you think about it, you can for sure just buy a super yacht, buy 2 of them.
I don't believe that people are gonna buy super yachts to not fucking do anything with it.
Who said I got to do anything with it? The challenge was to spend $1 billion.
But I'm just saying, if you use it and you just create a super yacht, you can literally charge people to be on it.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The challenge wasn't to go make something. Well, you already spent the money, right?
But
you don't have to. You don't. Yeah, you don't have to like charge niggas to get on it. You just spent the money. It's mine. It could be a private super yacht.
It can be. I'm just saying I was thinking more of ways to spend $1 billion that there is just no possible way you can make more money off of this. Once it's spent, it's gone. Like there's no real way.
There is. You just said a way.
No, but you could if you decided, you know what, I'm just gonna start charging people now. You could make money. I'm talking about ways that are impossible. Like you spent that $1 billion, it's gone. Like you're not making any more money after that.
Buy a bunch of Ooh, I cannot say that on mic. Yikes.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's kind of impossible.
I thought it was before we started this conversation, but it's definitely possible to spend $10 billion.
But how?
Just buy a bunch of super yachts.
No, but...
And then blow them up.
Shut the fuck up.
And then blow them up. Money's gone.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it was before we started this conversation, but now I know it's
But
like,
who's gonna buy a super yacht and blow it up?
I don't. If you wanted to spend the money and it to be gone, you could.
You could, but nobody is doing that. Like realistically, there's no way that you can spend a whole $1 billion
Without making money
more-
back.
Yeah, without making money back, because you could do nothing with your yacht and then change your mind one day and decide to do that. There's no way to spend $1 billion and you're fucked. Like, like you can't really make a crazy ass purchase.
How could you spend $1 billion without making any money in return? The money's just gone. How could you spend $1 billion and just do that?
Yeah, I mean, just give back.
You could just give. Hey, that solves the problem. Just be a good person. Just donate a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, just donate.
buy
Just
a
give it
bunch of-
away.
We over here having this deep. It's not even a deep discussion. Just donate some money. Just
Yeah, the reason why that wasn't like my first thought is because a lot of them are not doing that. But that is always an option.
yeah, you can just open up a bunch of facilities for people and just fund them.
Yeah, fund
The
them.
money's all right. The money's spent.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't
And
make
that's
anything back.
Nope.
We just made the world better.
Yeah, give out a bunch of scholarships or
Yeah,
something.
open up a bunch of trade schools, teach a bunch of skills to people.
Mm-hmm. Don't charge them anything though, because
Yeah,
you'll just make the money back.
That
from the trade
literally,
school.
that literally just solves it. There's hella ways you can spend it and not get nothing. We gonna sound hella dumb when the AI make these clips. There's so many ways you can spend it and
Yeah.
it's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's actually hella funny.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, yeah, like a lot of billionaires don't do that. And so I was just thinking, like, okay, if a billionaire realistically were to spend their money on something that would get rid of their money, then what would it be? But it should be giving back.
That definitely should be on the priority list.
Yeah.
Is it? We don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, sadly.
All right, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in to the You're Not Serious podcast.
Yes. Peace.
See you soon.